An abandoned fairground in the daylight is a landscape of industrial collapse. Rusted bumper cars sit paralyzed beneath skeletal metal canopies, their frames slowly being choked by overgrowth. Environments engineered specifically for kinetic energy and dense crowds carry a heavy, unnatural silence when the people vanish. Weather and time strip away the superficial layers of paint and neon, leaving only the deteriorating geometry of the rusted machines against the sky. Decades of human joy leave a residual charge behind. It settles into the iron and wood like a dormant battery, waiting for a trigger to close the circuit. That trigger arrives when the sun drops below the horizon and the first beam of moonlight strikes the ruins. Inside the carved horses of the merry-go-round, tiny wings resembling wooden filigree crack open to release the carousel fairies. They spend their nights utilizing stardust to polish defaded paint, preserving the specific memory of the child who once rode that horse. On the ground level, scraps of weathered admission paper spontaneously fold together inside the ticket booths to create the mischievous ticket sprites. They communicate by stamping symbols onto dead leaves, documenting the forgotten wishes left behind by past visitors. Nightfall reclassifies the fairground from a dead human ruin into a thriving, strictly regulated fairy ecosystem. As midnight approaches, the park's energy becomes increasingly erratic as the more chaotic species awaken. The coaster gremlins occupy the most dangerous ruins, wearing camouflage made of rust-colored leaves. They race invisible cars along the tracks at terrifying velocities to create sudden, harmless physical surprises in the dark. Near the concession stands, the cotton candy pixies emerge. Their bodies mimic spun sugar, leaving trails of pink mist in their wake. They are highly susceptible to the environment. Even a light rain forces them to dissolve into a sugary fog. These scavengers do not fear the decay. They actively repurpose the industrial hazards into playgrounds and defensive mechanisms. In the artistic ruins of the park, specialized fairies actively combat the melancholic atmosphere of the void. The big-top lanternlings are born from the residual heat of the last glowing carnival lanterns. They drift up through the torn canvas, humming forgotten circus tunes, while creating beautiful light shows from memories. Within the antique calliopes, the organ pipe nymphs spread wings that resemble musical notation. They ride the decayed melodies like birds on the wind, using song to actively heal the sadness of the abandonment. This middle tier of the ecosystem acts as the park's emotional immune system, pushing back despair with raw art. This vertical cross-section maps out 3 distinct ecological zones: scavengers on the ground, performers in the mid-structures, and watchers at the highest peaks. The topmost layer is occupied by balloon wisps, entities that rarely touch the Earth and function as a long-distance communication network. During full moons, they gather around the highest metal structures, like a bioluminescent weather system. They are overseen by the Ferris wheel watchers, who use stained glass wings and crystal telescopes to guard the fairground. These apex entities possess the foresight necessary to protect the fragile ecosystem from external threats. The energy of the ecosystem reaches its peak in the final hour before dawn. The oldest and rarest inhabitants, the moonlit midway fairies, carry the memories of every visitor who ever entered the park. Their collective magic aggressively overwrites the physical decay of the structures. For a few brief moments, the rust vanishes and the architecture blazes to life with glowing lights and pristine paint. The empty thoroughfares flood with phantom visitors and spectral music, resurrecting the fairground's historical glory. Every element of the fairy ecosystem coordinates for this singular purpose: to recreate the joy of the park's past. The Phantom Carnival ends the exact millisecond the first ray of morning sun breaches the horizon. The entire ecosystem instantly dissolves. Fairies melt into torn tickets, into scuffed wood and morning fog. The chaotic energy of the night is replaced by the same heavy silence of the daytime ruin. An abandoned fairground is never truly dead. It is a living vault of memory, enduring the industrial grime of the day to resurrect its joy in the dark.